Good morning. Today is February 20th, 2025. I'm Jo Reingold, and I'm here with Carole Ann Hoppenstein. Good morning, Carole Ann.
Good morning.
Thanks for coming. We're going to talk
Pleasure.
today about the Columbian Club, the old Columbian Club.
Yes.
Can you think back on when you and your family were members of the Columbian Club and about how long you stayed members?
We joined there, I think, around 1971, and we were members there for 30 years.
Wow.
And that's it, yeah, about 30 years.
Were there a lot of people that were also members back then? Do you know, like a guess of how many families might have joined?
I don't really know how many families there were at that time. At that age, I was young and I didn't pay much attention to how many people were there. I was just concerned about myself and,
That's okay.
my family, and I didn't pay much attention to the club itself as to how many people or any of those details. But it was a nice membership. I'm sure there must have been, many hundreds, several hundreds.
So why did you guys decide to join?
Well, we joined because of my husband's parents, who were longtime members of the Columbian Club, and they were the ones who really probably enjoyed the club more than anybody that era, more in the 1950s and 60s. That was the era where I think the Columbian Club was in its peak, in its heyday, because all of their friends joined. And when we joined, it was nice because we were with my husband's family, but most of my friends did not join the Columbian Club.
When your in-laws were there, was it the location that it stayed at in
Yes.
Carrollton, or was it somewhere else?
No, it was there.
It was there already.
Yes.
Okay. And were you on any committees or leadership positions at all in the club, or just general membership?
Pretty much general membership. My interest in the club was mainly tennis, and I was on a tennis committee. But other than that, no, I had no leadership role.
So the main importance for you was the tennis?
Yes.
So what do you think was the importance of the club for the rest of your family members? What did they love to do there?
They loved to do everything there. They loved golf, and they loved the restaurant, and they loved the special events that the club had, the brunches they had on Sundays, and they would meet their families, their friends there. They met family too. We really enjoyed a lot of the Sunday brunches and things like that. But my parents, they enjoyed going to dances and special events with all their friends there.
Some people have mentioned about the location. Do you think it was a problem, the fact that it was all the way into Carrollton and kind of away from neighborhoods and things like that, or do you think that really was not a factor?
I don't think it was a factor. It wasn't for us, and I didn't hear anybody complain about that.
Okay. So were there any particular holidays that you really loved to spend there above all others?
No, we mostly celebrate holidays at home, so that we were not interested too much in that. Maybe something like a Valentine's Day party or something like that. But mainly the Sunday brunches were nice. We used to like to go to that. My in-laws always enjoyed bingo, which my husband did not enjoy, but he found other things to do while we were playing bingo, and we always had a nice dinner before we played bingo. But
Can you think of a really fond memory or memories of going there, something specifically that stands out in your mind?
well, I mean, I loved playing tennis, and I loved my time there. That's where I learned to play tennis when we moved back to Dallas. So I've got a lot of fun memories of tennis matches and team tennis matches and such as that. And my coach, the person who taught me and coached me, I'm still in contact with her, and I still seek her coaching whenever I need to. She was wonderful.
That's fantastic.
So,
yeah. So, given all of that, why do you think, in reality, the Columbian Club had to close?
Well, we left the Columbian Club before it closed, because at that time, there were not very many members playing tennis, which was my big thing at the time. My husband had stopped playing golf, so, and there were so many restaurants in Dallas, so that's why we left. Was having trouble finding a tennis game, getting my tennis games together, and he wasn't playing golf, and there's so many restaurants in Dallas. And I imagine that part of that is the fact that that's why we left. But then it subsequently closed several years after we left. And I think it was because of some of the same reasons. I think there were a lot of restaurants in Dallas to go to. I think that there were other country clubs that welcomed Jews where they did not in my parents' era particularly. And I think those were probably the two main reasons.
Okay. Did you hear of or know of any of their financial struggles at all?
No. We left, in fact, when we left, we were able to, I think it cost $3,000 to join at that time. And if they were able to sell your membership, you got that $3,000 back when you left. So even after being members for so many dozens of years, we got that $3,000 back. So obviously they were still financially doing all right when we left. But so I don't really have any information about the difficulties that came afterwards.
If the Columbian Club would try to reorganize and start again, do you think it would be a success these days?
I think that would be a challenge. We have so many beautiful country clubs now, and Jews are welcome to all of them, I think, maybe with some limitations. But I think it would be quite a challenge to start a club like another country club and have it be for Jewish members, which I think that was almost exclusively Jewish members at that time. I think that would be a real challenge. I can't see that happening.
Have you heard about the new, they call it the Columbian Club, but it's not a golf course and tennis and all that. It's just strictly a place to gather, and I think it's a restaurant and a bar. Do you know anything about that?
I do not. All I know about it is that I saw the name in the paper, that an advertisement or something in the paper, and I was just shocked, the Columbian Club restaurant. I thought, that's got to come from something of the old Columbian Club, but I don't know anything about it.
It's a relative of, I forgot his name, Brian Rutt, one of the owners, the previous owners.
Oh, okay.
Who opened the bar, the restaurant. Yeah.
Well, I'd be curious to go and see what it is, just because of the name.
Right.
Yeah.
Anything else you'd like to share with us about it? Well, first of all, do you think that played the main role in why they opened the Columbian Club was because of discrimination and anti-Semitism?
I think so. And I think that like I say, it was a wonderful, belonging to a country club that is a lovely place to go eat, to bring your family, to have, I had my daughter's wedding reception was there. The bar mitzvah party was there for my kid, one of my sons. Having a place like that you felt comfortable and welcomed and all, I think was the impetus for starting that, I would imagine, and why it was so successful for so many years.
Right.
And it was a lovely place to go and to be with family and friends. For us, it was, most of our friends weren't there, but for my in-laws, that was what they enjoyed about it.
Well, I thank you very much. You've given some good insight. Appreciate it.